Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a goofy couple in love that loves reacting to some Genshin Impact.
We do, and we have a new one today.
Yeah, we do.
No, we're recycling an old one. I'm totally kidding. I don't know why I said that. I had to call myself out for how absurd that was. Because it was pretty absurd.
That was good. We got a new one for you today. We're going to watch the same video we watched 2 weeks ago. So, like I said, we're goofballs. So we did some Genshin Impact. It's Wildcard Wednesday, by the way. So happy Wildcard Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday!
And we've done the character demos, the version trailers, and now we're going to do the character teasers for Genshin Impact that they got. So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking those out.
Hey, Traveler, I'll let you in on a little secret.
You're a pyro.
Did you know there are monsters that come out at night in Mondstadt?
That took a turn.
Right?
Shh, be quiet. I'll tell you everything, but you can't tell nobody. After everyone is tucked up cozy in their beds for the night, monsters pretending to be the Knights of Favonius come out to trick people. I can even hear their footsteps from inside the confinement room. And so, I blasted the door open to defend Mondstadt from the monsters. But the Master Gene who grabbed me and dragged me away was really scary. Scary like the real Master Gene, not like some monster. So strange. Anywho, you mustn't tell a soul. Kaya's the one who told me the secret about the monsters. He didn't tell nobody else but me.
Oh, Kaya, coaxing Klee into escaping from solitary confinement, it seems. Perhaps we've made the child's studies a little too imaginative lately.
Aww.
Yeah, that was cute.
Who do you personally see to such a routine matter?
Relax. I have other matters to attend to as well.
Excellent. Even if one day we can't continue business here, we can make it far away with this.
But Master, what about the debt?
Oh yes, I'm here to collect that.
Who's there?
Quick, guards! Protect the Master!
No matter what it is you owe, you can't run from your debt. Is that not the law of the god of contracts in Liyue?
Fatui! You can't just barge into a private residence! Guards! Show him how we treat unwelcome guests at Yanshang Tea House!
Not much for adversaries.
No.
Well, I could always use a bit of exercise.
I never would have thought that an ordinary person had a sigil of permission in their possession. It's been years since anyone has seen one of these.
Your job is debt collection. Yet you failed to check what treasures you possess that you might collect?
Apologies, a dereliction of my duty.
Enough. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Well, that was an interesting one.
No idea what's going on there, though.
This is me, fairy lady at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. No one of importance. This gentleman beside me is our most knowledgeable consultant, Mr. Zhongli.
This Noctilucous jade is small, but a beautiful shade of translucent blue. It would be a shame not to buy it.
Yes, sir.
Pasting a windwheel aster to wet glaze before it is fired in the kiln? Fascinating. The flower turns to ash, but its shape is forever retained. Such genius. It would be a pity to not purchase this.
Yes, sir.
Core lapis is itself hard to gather. It must have taken true skill indeed to unearth two pieces so alike. We should buy them.
Yes, sir. A fine Noctilucous jade, artisan porcelain, and a pair of core lapis, and a windwheel aster as a gift for the fairy lady.
Got some
Yes, he even got me a gift. Mr. Zhongli truly is an amazing person.
When Xiangling is cooking, it would be far more appealing to go to Wanmin Restaurant as opposed to Sinuer Kiosk or Lioli Pavilion.
I'm fine with anything so long as it's good. But do they only have chopsticks?
You will need to be adept with chopsticks if you are to truly appreciate Liyue's gastronomy.
Mr. Zhongli, we have Springvale boar on the menu today. Would you like to try it instead of the salt and pepper tofu?
We'll have both.
In accordance with Snezhnayan customs, we gave Xiangling a tip for her amazing new dish. Mr. Zhongli values friendly ties over mora and is generous in word and deed. Well, The Wangxiang funeral parlor often foots the cost of his generosity. But thankfully, the Northland Bank is bearing this particular bill.
Welcome, come in. Excluding this pair of hairpins, everything else is for sale.
They're not for sale. Why not?
These are heirlooms pawned by a poor fellow to scrounge together money for his wife's medication. I must hang on to them for him until the redemption period expires.
That's
Oh,
nice.
I paid off the shopkeeper and took this pair of hairpins, seeking to return them to their owner with some living expenses on the side. Please help me to conceal these expenses in our accounts, would you? I will be sure to buy you lunch. Honestly, once you become entangled with Mr. Zhongli, there's no getting away from him at all.
The night
Very
scenes
generous
of
spirit.
Liyue, the lantern light of centuries. Only I know that this rising star has come far in the millennium past. Only I remember the hours at which dew forms on the glaze lilies and disappears again. 106,327 heartbeats. The time that has passed since I last knew rest. Packing up the stalls, closing up the pavilions. One can almost hear the street lights going out. It is as it is night after night, ever so distant from me. The night of Liyue, over. Now that you know the secrets of the night, would you accompany me to work overtime?
No way!
What was that at the end? No way. Kirby! Oh, yes!
Right? Honestly, who comes to Wulong Hill in the middle of the night? This place isn't as safe as you believe. Come with me. I'm Hu Tao, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor Director. Let me help you cross over.
She's awesome.
Yeah, help you cross over the hill, not cross into the afterlife. Huh? And why are the butterflies our guides? Well, because they want to be Sealies when they grow up. Though that walking encyclopedia Zhongli would no doubt have a completely different explanation. Okay, you should be safe from here. Next time, don't go running around in dangerous places. Of course, if you really insist on adventure, you have to be my guest. Adventurers are our VIP clients after all. We even have coupons for you. Oh, do you have a travel buddy? We're having a sale. Second client, half price.
She's my favorite so far.
Yeah,
One
she's pretty
millennium ago, when the aristocracy fell at last from grace, the defender of the South banished tyranny from the city gates, while the West spread her wings and took her rightful place. The wanderer in the North settled with the woven race. As the four winds blew, to all corners they flew, but much was to be done to build Mondstadt anew. The animal god called on them, each one in turn. First their leader, the West Wind, though he found himself spurned. The Lion Fang Knight was less than impressed. I've no time to join you and sing, dance, and jest, for you see to these three while I handle the rest. Next did he track down that leader of wolves. Asked him to tame his most unbridled of souls. The wolf leader growled he would not be contained. Do not lecture me, bard, you who are the least restrained. So the animal god implored the friend he'd known first to blow the ice from the face of the earth, that verdance and freedom could once more be birthed. But the dragon had known his bard god friend too long. He would not share the work, but dictate it through song.
Do some real work, Barbados.
Like that one.
Yeah.
Little poem, little song.
Thanks
Ryan
for
was
sharing
good.
the table with me. To think all the other patrons are actually avoiding me. I'll remember this. Seriously, they cared that much about my lineage? Even if I were out for vengeance, they'd have to wait their turn. The Gunhilder clan, the Roggenvinder clan, and the Lawrence clan are the three most prominent families in Mondstadt's history. Among them, the Lawrence clan became blinded by their desires, plunging Mondstadt into a dark era under the aristocracy's oppression. In time, Lady Vanessa overthrew the aristocracy and established the Knights of Favonius, while the Lawrence clan quickly fell into obscurity. Over the next 1,000 years, their flame of vengeance continued to flicker and burn, but never again did it ignite into a blaze. Perhaps the finishing blow to the Lawrence clan was she who is known as the Spindrift Knight, most gifted descendant of the Lawrence clan, Eula, joining the Knights of Favonius. Although the word vengeance is always upon her lips, she has proved time and again that she is a kind-hearted and honorable ally. Hey, when a noble woman is speaking, you are to lower your drink and look her directly in the eyes. You really ought to learn some proper etiquette. I bet it's that Gunhilder girl talking about me behind my back again. Mark my words, vengeance will be mine.
The sound of waves upon the shore and the rustle of leaves in a bamboo forest, they are not so dissimilar.
Kazuha, I hope you don't think I risked taking you in just to listen to your musings.
I'm aware. But we ought not waste the moonlight. Not before a big battle. Though some sake would make this better still.
A big battle, you say?
Yes. The scent on the wind is the same as on that night. The scent of danger.
Don't move!
Just a breath away until I reach the port. Seems I couldn't evade you after all.
Vision Hunt decree! Hand over your vision!
If only you could make one exception, things could have been easier for you.
A maple leaf?
What's the importance of a maple?
I say we lower the sails, Beidou. The storm is coming.
The Yashiro Commission's duty is to assist shrine maidens with sacred matters, and to manage distinguished artists of all kinds. Because of my upbringing, ever since I was a child, I've been studying etiquette. Painting and calligraphy. Tea ceremony.
I like the art for hers.
And
Yeah,
the
it's much
art of
different.
the sword. It's the Shirazaki Himekimi!
Meeting a foreign envoy, Miss Kamisato? Always working hard, I see.
You as well. What is this?
Ah, why these are for the coming festival. Preparations are already in full swing.
I see. It's good to be home. I can finally put all my etiquette aside for a moment. Oh, a pair of masks. When did you purchase these? But as eldest daughter of the clan. Huh? Festivals? Will I Oh, of course I've been to a festival.
I don't think you have, because you didn't know what a mask was before.
Alright. If we go, then we mustn't let our identities be known to anyone, okay?
That's what I'm wondering. Who's she talking to?
No idea.
The best thing about summer on Narukami Island? Huh. What makes you ask that? Oh, Toma put you up to this. That's a tough one. Why don't you see what everyone else thinks?
The best thing about summer on Narukami?
Ooh, good question. Let me think.
I think we all know this one.
Got a candy apple?
Did you find the answer yet?
It isn't a thing at all.
Right, summer just wouldn't be the same without her.
Who else could it be?
That's right. The best thing about summer on Narukami Island.
Because the fireworks.
What was it?
That one was different.
Toma, Paimon! What is this place?
Hey, have you heard? She's the new divine priestess.
Whoa, but she's so young. Do you think she can really handle it?
Remember, Kokomi, as the divine priestess, the whole of Watatsumi Island will be entrusted to you. Though you may not be suited for such a role, from today onward,
You give her
you
confidence.
must strive to meet the hopes of the people.
You're right. Governing is not my forte. My true skills lie in the art of war, focused on the single purpose of victory.
Okay.
Our aim is to hit the enemy hard while minimizing casualties. In this battle, Gobi's and Gogeisha platoons will be decoys. If successful, we will besiege them. Otherwise, Swordfish platoon will flank the enemy and burn their provisions. Qualified to lead Watatsumi Island? No, I'm far from it. War is chaos, and yet I see the method to the madness. The people are unfathomable. How can I know what their hearts desire? Please visit Sawanomiya Shrine sometime. I wish to talk.
Thus the shogun deemed the Oni dangerous and dispatched its samurai to subdue them. After a fierce battle, the samurai defeated the violent Oni and,
Oh my god.
went to
He doesn't look defeated.
script. Anyway, in the end, humans and Oni overcame their differences. happily ever after. Oh, what a circus.
Now that's what I call a good show. Yeah, boss. The Arataki gang rules.
My lord, look backstage.
Yes, most entertaining. Pity that the Tenryu Commission has arrived.
Uh-oh.
That guy's a trickster.
Another nightmare. One has told you before. Be not complacent. The ropes are to be worn even while you sleep.
Yes, Master.
Crane is talking.
Yeah, and the crane is her master.
Rest, child. No need to train today.
You are a cursed child, and shall never have contact with anyone else.
That was a bit harsh.
Yeah.
Traveler, we offered so many tasty dishes. We're sure to get Cloud Retainer's attention, right? If she still doesn't want to meet us, then, maybe we can take all the food back.
Why do I feel like the standard of writing is going down by the day? Are my editors even doing their jobs? Huh? Ooh, this one's interesting. I won't be bored out of my mind tonight after all.
Is she reading people's diaries? Like novels and sake.
I think she's reading romance novels.
Alright,
What do
sweet.
you think, Lady Guji? Erika's got some cooking skills, huh?
The fried tofu is cooked to perfection, tender and juicy. The kushikatsu are freshly made, and the taste is quite to my liking. I'll take a few boxes worth to go, please.
Thought she was gonna say exquisite.
She's got the air of exquisite.
Right?
Lady Guji is this world's best editor, if you ask me.
She's a food critic.
Fox who's always playing mind games.
Truth be told, Yae Miko is an outstanding shrine maiden.
Hey, she's that fox lady I ate ramen with that time.
She's the scary lady who forces me to go to work.
Oh, God.
A few hundred years on, and the little girl that always wanted shoulder rides is all grown up.
Alright, so did that come back full circle? Was that the little kid, the pyro, in the beginning? We're gonna be terrible with names. It takes us a while to get people's names. She said that, like, you know, oh, she's my boss, and like we started with her.
And then she's the scary one that makes me go to work.
Yeah, and she's the scary one that makes me go to work. So was that her? Was that her at the end? The one that
Maybe. Very similar voice if it wasn't.
What is she reading? So is she a food critic? Is she a romance novelist? Is she what is her deal? And she's like, oh, this is gonna, you know, my editors suck. So I'm curious about that as well.
Well, when it was framed as like light novels and sake, it just made me think of like romance novels and wine. Like it had that similar sort of like, and then she's like, ooh, I won't be bored after all. Like she just said it in such a way that I was like, ooh, what is she reading about?
Okay.
So my favorite is still the chick with the ghost. Who was your favorite?
I think my favorite one out of all of them was, I think is it Raiden? She was the one where her friends started to like disappear. And then she like and then she was walking towards someone, and like as she approached them, they like disapparated. And like, you know, they got snapped. Then she was like, I mean, I just maybe think it was Raiden because of the lightning or whatnot. But I mean, so I thought hers was really interesting. And like, I mean, not that there weren't other ones that weren't sad, but that one I just thought had the most emotional investment from me, at least.
I also like the one with the woman in like blue and white who was in the bar to start and like, well, nobody will sit with me. Like, she just had such an attitude, and I liked the music that was playing under her. Yeah. That I was just like, okay, you're interesting. Like, I would follow more of your story. You're intriguing me.
And wasn't she the noble one? She was like, she was a noble? Okay, yeah. Also interested to know more about the character that was talking to like the whooping crane or whatever.
Yeah. Master.
Yeah.
Master Crane.
Then her dad was saying that she had to go away because she's a danger, which of course makes you think of Frozen and, you know.
The cold never bothered me anyway.
So I'm wondering why she's dangerous and why she's a danger and like what she can't maybe control and why she got sent away. I also really liked the bard. Again, it was a little bit different.
It was different.
It rhymed. It was a nice little song to go through it, and they had some cool magical beasts or whatever that he was talking to as well. Let us know some more Genshin Impact things to react to. We're gonna do the cutscenes eventually, and so we got a list of some other things to check out as well.
I realized one other thing I thought of. I like the last one because they talked about like all these different people who seem to be describing her, and I loved how like every point of view seems so different. Like, some of them seemed very complimentary, and then, like, she's the scary one who makes me go to work. What I loved about that is, if you take a person, everybody will have sort of a different perspective of them. And so I just liked how, here's this really cool character, but they go ahead and they show, like, all the different perspectives of her. Because usually when we follow hero characters, all the perspectives are, they're great, they're wonderful, they're sexy, they're awesome. So, like, I kind of liked that it was, you know, a variety.
It's a mean one that makes me go to work.
Yeah, it's a variety. I liked it. It was more true to real life.
But hey, now you've seen our reaction for Genshin Impact, all the character tales up to this point. I think we got to 2.5 maybe is the version they're on right now. But just keep in mind that our reaction
is definitely not definitive.